largely Russian-speaking city. That is important to explain to the international audience, because Putin has been claiming that he is coming here to give freedom to the Russian speakers. Well, now Russian speakers in Kharkiv are asking for him to leave their city so that they can live in independent and sovereign Ukrainian state. The situation in Kharkiv is indeed terrible. They are bombing it from sky. But what gives me hope is that after 3 days of heaviest bombardments of the city, which have destroyed, I don't know how much of the infrastructure, it destroyed hospitals and authority buildings, but they didn't manage to get into the city on tanks. So the city is very well protected by the Ukrainian army on the ground. The only thing that we have difficulty covering is the sky. That is why they're using this advantage in order to bombshell my native city.
So you are a member of parliament for a party that is normally in opposition to President Zelensky. Are you supporting him in this situation? Is Ukraine really pulling together?
I am a representative of the opposition party. We do have many disagreements with Zelensky political party, but as of now, we all stay united. We all just want Russians out of our country, and then we can continue our democratic criticism of the government. But as of now, there is nothing we can argue about, because the only thing we all want as of this time is for Russians just to get out of our territory and to get out of our land.
Now, a few days ago, sitting in a bomb shelter, you wrote an article about how the Russian president has, quote, fatally underestimated Ukrainians. What do you mean by that?
Well, Putin, when starting his troops invasion into Ukraine, he was thinking that he will be fighting Ukrainian army, which is, of course, smaller than the Russian army. But as a matter of fact, he is fighting the whole of the Ukrainian people right now, because everyone is getting involved. Everyone is volunteering. Everyone is ready to take the guns. I'm seeing more than 100,000 people who signed up voluntarily for territorial defense units, including my dad. I'm seeing women of middle age who don't know how they can be of help. They are making food for the soldiers. I'm seeing people on the streets in eastern towns where the Russians come and they claim that they take over control of the city. What those people are doing, and that is just amazing. I'm almost crying when watching those videos. They are doing the most Ukrainian thing you can imagine. They go to the main street, to the main square, and protest against the Russians in their city. And they actually managed to kick out in several cases, Russians on tanks from their cities with their bare hands, just by yelling at them, by setting Molotov cocktails, which do set their tanks on fire. And I think that is something that Putin did not take into account, is that he is actually fighting not 215,000 Ukrainian soldiers, he is fighting 40 million Ukrainians.
Now, the United Nations says it expects 4 million Ukrainians to flee the country, and that's 10% of the entire population. As a member of parliament, do you encourage people to leave as long as it's possible, or to stay?